For those of you who, like myself, enjoy more older video games, especially of the RPG genre, I'm sure you've heard about a little franchise from Germany called Gothic. Now, Gothic is honestly one of the pillars of the RPG genre. They birthed a number of franchises, including The Witcher, because the original Witcher game made by CDPR long time ago actually drew very heavy inspiration from the first Gothic game. And more recently, more and more news has been coming out regarding a remake of the original Gothic with more modern takes on the combat, the engine, the graphics, and all these sorts of things that would possibly revitalize the franchise, revitalize this older genre of RPG that is honestly pretty much evergreen. These games retain much of their luster even 23 years later. Now, the gameplay itself is dated. It's a little frustrating to play in some aspects, but it's still quite enjoyable. The aesthetic, the vibes, the soundtrack, the world itself. It's very engaging. And we actually have a showcase trailer, which, it's actually 5 months old by now, but I didn't know about it, unfortunately. And so, I'm going to watch it now, for the first time, with all of you. I keep looking off at my second monitor. There's nothing there.
Enough! Send him in!
Okay. So we open up. I had the volume a little bit too loud, but we open up by showing off quite a number of things. So I've played the first Gothic game quite a bit, and so I recognize a lot of the things that are shown here. And one of the things I recognize is that the map is almost exactly the same. This is a very faithful rendition of the map. He seems to be in the lookout, the overlook, I mean, where very close to where you start. This would be the castle of the old camp, which is the most populated area in the original game. You've got a abandoned fortress here. You've got the Dark Mage Zardas's tower right here. You can't fully see it, but you can see some of the buildings here of the orc camp. And to this side is going to be another camp, and there should be a third major camp here. The orc camp is more so a hostile area. And we see here as well something that wasn't in the original. We see a spear, which was present, if I'm not mistaken, in Gothic 2, but there were no spears in Gothic 1. So it's quite nice to see that they've expanded that. But we see here as well, let's go back, some combat and magic. The magic looks quite nice. I'm liking the colors as well. I was a little worried because the world looks a little bit more drab than the original, which isn't my favorite. Like, I don't like it when it's all like colors of gray. Give me color, right? Give me some proper color. But I like the robes. See here, we see the water mage robes are very colorful, very nice color. The magic also seems reasonably powerful. See that again. One spell, dead, two dead goblins. Let me see that. What weapon is that? That looked like a big axe. Yep, that's an axe right there. Not super happy about the size of the axe. I feel like this could be a bit bigger. But I like the design of the scavenger here. Looks pretty nice. Immediately recognizable as a scavenger. Some swimming. I'm not certain what spell this is. What is happening here? It seems to be hurting him. Or wait, is he transforming? Oh, he's transforming so he can get through. Okay, I know where he is. I know where he is. Some fire magic, some sword fighting right here, some archery made by Alchemia Interactive.
Welcome to the Valley of Mines, an immense penal colony. For the war against the orcs, the only undefeated enemies of the Kingdom of...
That looks sick. I love this orc design. I love it. It looks amazing. Immediately you tell, oh, this is an advanced orc. This is an elite. This motherfucker gonna fuck me up. I like it. What happened to my sound?
King against the orcs, the only undefeated enemies of the Kingdom of Murtana. The king needed ore to supply his armies. So every man guilty of a crime, no matter how insignificant.
For those who don't know, ore is like the source of magic in this setting. Spells, magic items, all of it comes from magical ore.
Was forced to work in the ore mines of Korinis. To make it impossible for them to escape, the king sent out his best magicians to create a magical barrier around the entire valley. But something disturbed the creation of the barrier, trapping everyone inside. The convicts revolted and took control of the colony. They divided into 3 camps. The old camp is satisfied with the current situation. As long as they deliver the ore, the king supplies them with everything they need. The new camp, however, thinks they can use the ore to blow up the barrier. And then there is the sect from the swamp. They believe that a mysterious new deity will free them from their prison.
I wonder what this mysterious new deity could be.
Thus begins your journey in the open world of the Valley of Mines.
Okay, so vibes-wise, nailed, right? Like from the trailer, these are the exact correct vibes
Creating Gothic
that we
Remake,
want.
we focus on the 4 pillars that we consider...
Oh, that's... Diego looks really nice. Very, very nice graphics. It's not like amazing. I don't expect this to be like super heavy, but the graphics are nice. I kind of wish that they looked a little bit more muscular, but
that we
that's
consider
okay.
the core of the series. Simulation of a living world, exploration, story, and combat.
Yeah, stab that
Like
mole
the
rat.
original 2001 title, Gothic Remake is set on creating an immersive
Ooh, I really like the design of the robes.
and realistic world. Enjoy a complex life simulation on a scale hardly ever seen before
I mean, we've seen it. We've seen it. Let's not go that far, right? Let's not go that far.
in a video game. During the
Damn, he's mad at that book. Look at that shit. Look at that, look at that, look at that.
realistic scale hardly ever seen before in a video game.
Smack that page!
During the day, the inhabitants of the
But yeah, see, like, they look a little... Like, this guy looks a little bit more buff than this one. But I think that that might be from the clothes, right? Like, that arm looks very
colony
tiny.
carry out a variety of activities.
The heads are too big, right? They look malnourished. Which is, you know, okay. You could say, oh, they are kind of malnourished because they don't get all that much food in the colony. But I don't know, right? Like, it's a fantasy setting. There's plenty of animals there. Like, I don't know. I feel like they should be getting enough protein to look bulky, right? Like, I feel like they should look bulkier.
While nature, rich
Oh, that lizard
in all
looks
its
sick.
diversity,
You see, like, one of the things in the original, right? These lizards were really tough to kill. They were really strong. They'd kill you in 2 bites. But they didn't look like it. I like this update. They look dangerous.
lives out its own rhythm. While nature, rich in all its diversity, lives out its own rhythm. All this gives the impression that this world can
Oh, I like this. You've got this is the new camp. Okay, we've got some mercenary armor here of various tiers. This seems to be like the lower tier, where they're just wearing like leather and some metal. Okay, I like that. I like that. Again, right? Like, give it like an extra like 20% width, or maybe you know what they could do for the humans, right? Like, give it a scale of 1 to 100 based on their strength stat, and then increase their bulk based on that. That could be a way that they could do that.
exist without the player.
Oh, this goblin looks cool. I like that.
Explore the colony on your own and enjoy the unprecedented freedom this open world offers. In true RPG fashion, you decide
Oh, that is nice
when
illumination.
and where you go
He's in the swamp camp with the junkies.
next. Meet numerous interesting characters.
Oh, Thoris.
Understand when and where you go next. Meet new
Yes, you've got Thoris right here. He looks small, right? Like this is supposed to be one of the bulkiest, biggest, meanest dudes in the entire colony, and he looks small. Like he's only taller because he's in an uphill, right? It's like this, so he's taller. But I don't know, man. He looks a little small.
numerous interesting characters. Understand their inner motivations.
But then again, like Mud here, Mud looks fine with this size, right? So I really do feel like it should be a scale based on the character's strength that increases their bulk.
And earn their respect by completing a series of elaborate quests. How you solve or handle their problems depends entirely on your choices.
Oh, that guy.
No matter when, in what order, or if you do anything at all, the game will always respond appropriately to your decisions.
Damn. Whoop.
Experience a complex and demanding combat system with satisfying character progression. Overcome your
That's an undead mage, I think. I don't think there's like liches in the game, but that looks really cool.
opponents using a variety of melee weapons. Eliminate them from a distance, or learn the arcana of magic.
Hey, very cool.
Remember that each type of weapon behaves differently, and its effectiveness depends on training.
Ooh.
We're
That's a mind crawler. That looks really cool. They look like arachnids. Like from Starship Troopers, but like smaller. They look really cool. I like them.
depends on training. We're aware that when creating a remake of a beloved title, it is hard to
Oh, the symbol of the sleeper. That looks great.
live up to the expectations of its long-term fans.
No, not the sleeper. Beliar.
However, we feel there is room to develop the experience further by telling new stories from the colony and expanding on those that die-hard fans have known for more than 2 decades.
Absolutely. There's a lot of stories in the original that kind of fall a bit short. They're not fully developed, and I think they definitely could be more developed. But I don't know, man. It's hard, right? Because you can take a character that doesn't get proper fleshed out and flesh them out more. But there is always the danger that by doing that, you kind of cut into a different character's own story. But for example, somebody who is very important in the first game, like Gomez, you get almost no history behind him. You get like 2 or 3 interactions with him, and then that's it. So you really just see him from the shadows, and then he stops existing at the end of Gothic 1. He doesn't. I don't think he even appears in Gothic 2 and 3. So it's one of those things. It's hard to fully decide. But I definitely think that some characters need a little bit more fleshing out, like Gomez, Raven, who survives, who escapes, Thoris, who also escapes with Raven. Like a lot of characters need some fleshing out, definitely. And obviously, the female characters of the game definitely need a little bit more love given to them.
We are also focusing our attention on enhancing many aspects of gameplay.
Oh, that was
We are all
that was
so
cool. But like, see, you see this. How much better would this look? You can't see it because I'm in the way. How much better would this right here look if he had like 30% more visible muscle because you have high strength, right? Being able to see that on your character, that's part of an RPG. And I think that that's a very important thing.
focusing our attention on enhancing many aspects of gameplay, such as diverse NPC routines and reactions.
And I think routines, reactions, and diversity of appearance is important. And part of that is definitely like I'm gonna keep hitting this button because I don't like it when I'm playing a fantasy video game and my character is built towards strength, and then I have more muscle mass on my body than my character does, right? Like I like making the big meaty characters, and I like it when the character looks big and meaty. So I want there to be some differentiation between that, right? Like, I don't want to look skinny while swinging around a two-handed sword, right?
more complex crafting, and more rewarding character progression. Despite the passage of time, Gothic remains in the hearts and minds of many players,
Absolutely.
with the possibilities of Unreal Engine 5 and a variety of modern features. Gothic Remake will soon
Oh, hey, it's the four friends. Nice.
rekindle.
But like, see, Gorn here is supposed to be a hulk of a man, like almost twice the size of any other person here. He's tiny. That's a problem. That is a problem. That is something I don't like. They need to add more body types. And even if it's like I said, right? Just make it like a scale that is decided based on the character's strength stat, because there's strength, dexterity, and intelligence. Now, dexterity and intelligence, you don't really like see it so much in the character, but I definitely think that they could do something about the strength.
That love. Whether you've been a loyal fan for years or are just looking for a true RPG experience,
That orc looks sick.
welcome back to the colony.
That looks really, really nice, right? I think we can all agree that that looks really cool. Unfortunately, however, recently there's been a bit of some drama happening because Gothic 1, 2, and 3 were priced at $10 each. And recently, by recently I mean this very last week, there's been a little bit of an update where they increased the price all the way up to $20 on each one. And this has caused a lot of controversy because a lot of people are saying that, oh, this is really bad because this shows that they're being greedy. This shows that they're doing all sorts of really bad things that we don't like. And absolutely 100% true. But at the same time, complain, criticize, remain civil. Because, and I want to just show one specific review that I saw that was the exact opposite of what you would want to see, right? I'm not going to read any of this. I'm just going to show it to show just how abhorrent this type of commentary is. Because this doesn't do anything. All this does is show the devs that, oh, okay, these people are beyond talking to. We shouldn't even try. Do whatever the hell we want and just, get as much money out of them and then get rid of them. So don't be that guy. Complain, show your criticism, show your disapproval, but don't go to this length because this doesn't help. But on to better news. Actually, I think it was yesterday. Let me double check here. I'm not sure if it was yesterday or the day before. It was yesterday. They actually made an announcement for the German audience where they made it so if you are in the German audience and you are interested in Gothic 1, you can join the Discord server and you can vote on who the actor is going to be for one of the more beloved characters, Diego, who is actually the first person that you meet when getting to the colony. He's the one who teaches you. He's the one who like shows you the ropes, so to speak, right? He teaches you how to defend yourself, how to fight, gives you a weapon. Doesn't give you a weapon, shows you where you can get a weapon, and all of these things. And so people really like him. He's one of the four friends, as I mentioned. It's Diego, Gorn, that big guy that I talked about that looked really tiny in the trailer. Like, I'm sorry, he should not have the same build as a skinny little dude like me, right? Like, I'm a skinny guy. I'm a skinny guy. I should not have the same build as the archetypal warrior of the franchise, right? But That's kind of why I feel like if you're a warrior main in a video game, your character should look at least like two of me put together. Like I fucking fusion danced with another me, and it's just pure bulk, right? That's what somebody who maxes out strength should look like. And so I definitely hope that they do that. That's my main criticism right now, just for the visual aspects. I like the changes that they made. I've played the teaser because it's also there, right? If you've bought any of the Risen games or you've bought any of the Gothic games, you get the teaser and you can play it. It's a lot different than what they're at now, but it can be used as a reference point to see how much it's progressed. And hey, maybe if enough people ask for it, they might even update it so it's more in line with what we're actually going to get in the main game. What's been played by some of the testers and stuff like that. But with all that being said, I hope you're as excited as I am because I know I'm excited. I really like these older games. I really like the vibe. I really like the aesthetic, and I'm looking forward to playing them. So leave a like or a dislike. Comment if you have something to say. If you don't, comment as well because it helps a lot with the algorithm. But I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one. Cheers.